So we've all seen volley figure eights. They're pretty cool and they work really well. They're really good for strengthening your arm, strengthening your shoulder and getting that repeated hit. But there's a few problems with them. The reason why they're not as good as some other things which we'll show you just now. What happens is it becomes this turning and turning and turning and turning and turning. Secondly, your follow through finishes there and that's where you start. So we do a volley figure eight variation, it gets really, really good. So here it is, there. Okay, so there's a few things that happen with that. What happens is I've got to hit 2 shots on the one side of my body. So when I come across here, I go across that corner, then I've got to hit this one straight and then that one cross court. So that means I've got very little time for preparation. I need to have full control over my body and I need to change the angle of the ball. So when the ball comes across here, I need to change the angle of it rather than just pushing it at 90 degrees from where it came from. And so therefore there's 2 different things going on. There's a lot more different things going on. You also notice that I have to move my feet a little bit more. I've got to take the ball at different heights because it's much harder to control when you've got to change the angle of the ball all the time as well. We'll have another look at it just quickly. So it's pretty cool. It gets solid and you learn about your body capability, your strength, and when to move, and how to take care of it all. Like it's a pretty solid routine. It really, really is really quite good. We'll show you what to do with it when it gets really good. Okay, so this is where it gets really tough. When you get quite capable at that, and it's really simple and really easy, you tend to hit harder and lower, so harder and stronger. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it below the cut line. This is our cut line. So I'm going to keep all my shots below that cut line and do the same exercise. So it's really, really quite tough. So from here, I'll keep most of them below that line. You see how much you need to control to move. You're hitting low, hard shots. And I missed it. And it's really quite good fun. And it's pretty cool. So there you go, that just makes it so much more interesting, so much more dynamic. I'm almost out of puff as well. And you notice how much work you have to do with your feet. And a lot of it's that little move there. So you hold your body structure in the same line, but you just change your position. So I'm here and I need to get the ball over there. I just go there. So I haven't done this. It's all that maintaining body structure, using your shuffle side to side that does the job. Okay, so that was a tough one. That's the one that's lower than the cut line. Really solid, really quite tough. But I'll just show you quickly how to get good at your volley figure eights. Your normal volley figure eights, which are these. Okay, so when you get good, you're going to hit them flat. So you're not going to do this. Because I can't even do it, that's how hard it is. It's not, you're not controlling the ball. You're sort of at the whim of your wrist and control, and it's not strong, and you're just sort of working through it. So if you can keep it just above the cut line, there, whoops, there. And hit it solid, then you get good. So it's pretty cool. The next one is an advanced one where we're going to put a bit of cut. So I'm going to try and cut down. I'm going to cut the ball, cut the ball, cut the ball. So here, cut, 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 cut. And it got a bit tough. I haven't done as much of these. I haven't done any of these lately. So it makes it a little bit difficult. So then if we add the cut to the cross-court one, and we put the variation in there, straight, cut, there, cut, there, cut, there, cut, there, cut, there, cut, there, cut. And if you get really, really good, you should be able to stand back near the tee. Keep it below that line really hard and really strong. And good luck. Whoops. And I can't do it, that's how hard it is. I'm trying to keep it low. Low, 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 low. All right. You see, it requires a bit of wrist every now and then, and a little bit of hard yakking to go and cut it in with the angle sometimes, so it's really quite tough. The last one I'll show you is just a standard single player variation off your figure eight set. So it's up here, and then I'll cut the ball in for a drop. Up here, cut it in for a nick drop. Up here, cut it in. Up here, cut it in. So it's pretty good. You should be good at this. It does more than you believe, because you think that's all about the volley drop, but it's just as much about getting the ball up from a really low position, which is really quite tough, and it goes really well. So there's a few. You can do this. Up there, go there, up there, go there, up there, one down, up there, one straight. Now you've got the best of both worlds again. Balls coming from different angles, and you're having to use your wrist in different directions to get the outcome that you're after. So there you go, there's your volley figure eights, which are pretty cool, and they work really well, really good for building strength. The variation is just fantastic. It just goes really, really well, and it's pretty strong and pretty tough. You can get rid of your corners and do your that way. Oops, I can't. Not quite figure eights, but it's still a volley alternating with two shots on one side. I always recommend highly, instead of doing one shot each side, which is like that, that you always put one, because that the prep requirement is the one that's really tough, because you generally don't have time in squash. So why not train not having time in squash and then get really capable? There you go, there's your volley figure eights, and there is a better way with your volley figure eight variation to get a little bit more, let's say, intricacy or difficulty into changing the angle every single shot, and it's really, really good fun.